right, y'all, I want to give you a quick tip on summertime fishing. It's hot outside now. Fish are moving offshore more than ever, and it's getting to be the time where I really like to fish offshore structure. And so my favorite, probably one of my go-to baits is a 10-inch worm. Show you my setup. I use a Abu Garcia 7-foot or 7'1" medium heavy. This is a Veritas, and then a Revo STX 8-to-1 gear ratio. The reason I like a higher gear ratio is because you're throwing out there, you're fishing the bait slow through a brush pile of grass, whatever it might be, and then you need to burn it back so you make another cast. So you're not reeling the bait, you're just taking up slack, dragging it, and then you burn it back. So the gear ratio kicks in when you want to reel it back and throw back out. As far as my setup on the worm, I use a 6/0 owner hook. It has a screw lock that keeps the worm on. 10-inch worm of your choice. You got Zoom, Power Bait, all them, whatever your confidence bait is, confidence color mainly. And then I use a Strike King tungsten weight, black. This is a 3/8. You can go to a 1/2 ounce as the thermocline drops. You're going to want to fish a little bit deeper. And then I put a bobber stop on there. So the reason I put a bobber stop, I get a lot of comments, people saying, you know, the worm can't fish, you can't fish it naturally, the bobber stop. When I'm coming through a brush pile or grass, but brush pile in particular, I have found that if you don't put a bobber stop or a peg on your weight, when you come over the branch or something, the weight might fall away from the worm. And that's gonna cause you to get hung up in a lot of circumstances, and it's gonna mess up the brush pile. You got to go up there and get it. So I've experimented with both quite a bit, and I found that if you peg it, you don't quite get hung nearly as much because the weight never separates from the worm. It might take away from the action that some people were looking for, but it doesn't affect the fish for me that I can find. So hopefully this helps you on the summertime fishing. If you haven't thrown a big worm, I suggest try it. Throw it out there, drag it back, fish thoroughly, fish slow, and you cannot mistake the bite from a big worm, and it's just something that everybody needs to experience. So hope this tip helps y'all. See you next time.